this is Brad from Blessed Homesteading again, and I got some bad news. It looks like I'm going to have to start over. I don't know. I'm going to try to see if I can find some of the worms and take them out, but I think I'm going to have to just pour boiling water over this and start anew, because I don't know if you can see like that well, but it is completely overran with ants, and I didn't do the moat in time, and it's just, they're everywhere. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And this is indoors too, so I have a moat around them, so they're pretty much stuck in this container, but I mean, it just didn't turn out quite the way I hoped, so hope you guys learned from my mistake, and hopefully I will be able to find some of the worms if the ants haven't already killed them. And see, just flicking them off of that is, they're everywhere. But I just don't know what to do, what else to do. There's no way. I'm gonna see if I can find a worm. All I'm seeing is ants. Thousands and thousands, probably even millions of ants, I don't know. Oh, do you see them all coming out? It's just crazy, ridiculous. And they're getting on the handle. Yeah, I think they're laying eggs. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to flush this and start anew. It's disappointing, but what can you do, you know? Just millions of ants. They're crawling on my hands from this. It's just bad, altogether. Oh, see right there? That's like a hole. Yeah, they colonized in here. I can't even find my worms. I mean, the ants are just... Oh, there's one. Looks like he's dead. Or close to it anyway. Nope, he's alive. There's ants crawling all over him. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if I can dig out my worms, keep them for later, and just, knocking it off. It's just ridiculous. Okay, thank you for listening, guys. If you got any advice, please tell me. Bye. That didn't, with sugar and boric acid, and that didn't work, and I tried to use a couple other ways, and as you see, it just didn't turn out as well as I hoped. So the moat that I did was too late. I didn't realize how bad it got, and this all happened within a couple of days, because I was digging for the digging through the dirt and looking at my worms 3 days ago, and there was like probably 1 or 2 ants walking on the top. I didn't think much of it, and yeah, I came back after, a couple days later, and it was like this. I already poured boiling water over it 3 times, and there are still a whole bunch of ants. Not so much on here anymore, mainly because, well, boiled them, but I really hate that I had to kill some of the worms too, but there's no way I could find them. But they weren't at the top. They were the ones. I found another one actually, and it was dead. So no, it was covered by ants. So this is just a mess. So hopefully you guys learn from my mistake. If you do it indoors and you have ants, make like a little moat before the ants actually get a chance to go in it, or just hopefully don't have ants. Anyway, I can't even believe how many ants got in the trailer alone, but yeah, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. Not as exciting as my other videos. I'll tell you how it goes later. Hello YouTube, this is Brad again from the Blessed Homesteading, and I just wanted to show you what I did with the worm casting, since like the last video I showed you it was a failure. So it wasn't all that bad. Anyway, here's what I'm doing now. Sorry about the camera, I'm using a tablet, so it's kind of hard to do, but anyway, I'll show you guys here in a second. But what I ended up doing is poured several buckets of boiling water over the anthill until just about all of them died. Sadly, it also took out my worms, but I couldn't get to the worms without there being 100 ants in the way and getting all over me and on the worms too. So, and a few of the worms that I did find were already dead, so covered in ants. So this is what I ended up doing. I'll show you guys here. It's tilted sideways. I am collecting, let's see if I can angle that. That's all the juice that filtered through from the boiling water. And I'm going to take that, all that in that bucket, and I'm going to put it through this little filter that I made. It's pretty much just gravel and then aquarium rocks. And I'll show you here. Yeah, that's all it is. So there's little holes in the bottom of that bucket, and it goes to this other bucket that I'm going to use and then water the plants with it. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There's little holes in the bottom of that, so I'm just going to filter it out and then put it in this bottom bucket down here, and then dilute it down with some water, and then give that to my plants. So this bin is still going to be a compost bin. It's just not going to be for worms anymore. But you know, it's all a learning experience. So that's good. Actually, since this is my first time doing this, I don't know if you guys want to see how it goes, but I'm going to go ahead and try it out now. Here's all the dirt that I collected from that bin. Has some gunk in it, but I mean, not that much, not bad. So there's actually more water in there, but kind of hard to get it out, so I'll go ahead and pour this in here. Let me try to angle the camera where you can. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like it's going down there pretty nicely. And it will filter out some of that grossness and hopefully make good compost or fertilizer. Let's see what it looks on the bottom. It does not want to come out. It's hard to do this one-handed. I need to get a stand for this. Oh yeah. I mean, it's still really dark, but it's so much cleaner. Got some on my foot, so I'm not gonna... I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, this is a little bit dark, so I don't know if you can see them. I was able to find about 20 live worms. A few of them didn't look so healthy, but a lot of them were still pretty good. Most of them went back down in the soil. I thought most of them died, so that's definitely a great plus. And also over here, this is done, the filtration. So let me move it closer to the light so you can see it better. Yeah, it filtered out all the grime. And if you remember what it looked like before, pretty much just looks like, you can't really see it because it's so dark, but it looks like kind of coffee. And it filtered out all the ants and eggs and everything like that, so it's pretty much just water that I'm just gonna and nutrients for the plants that I'm just gonna water down Oh, and a frog. Kind of random, but still. Wanted to see what I was doing. Pretty cool. He's just hanging out. Go, little guy. Oh. Okay, back on topic. So yeah, I'm just gonna dilute this down and use it for nutrients on my plants. Hopefully, the new worm bin, since I know a little bit more about some of the dangers and that the worms could go through, like ants and stuff, then I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. I'm gonna make a moat around that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And so you can see the injured worms are on top still. They're alive. All the dead worms I left inside the compost bin, but there's actually only 2 worms on the top, but most of them were pretty healthy. There's a few that I don't know if they're gonna make it, but we'll see. And thank you for watching.